There's a lot I want to share with you guys. There's a lot you need to listen to. So grab your teapots. Let's get this started. Crystal Geyser doesn't sponsor me, so just so you guys know, I took that water. But if they do one day, and if they hear this, please, I'll take millions from you guys any day. Welcome back to Before the Rise podcast with your host, Bros. Sorry I wasn't able to post last week with everything going on. I'm managing like 3 businesses. I got my barbering business, say that 5 times. I also have my Real Elites business with photography and videography, and managing other people's social media and their management of just their marketing in general. And then I also have my dad's handyman business. So there's so much I need to do. I have to post on so many things, but I decided to post today and to basically film today because I wanted to actually share some stuff with you guys that has been on my mind. And last night I saw this video, and in particular throughout this past 24 hours, I've been watching videos of children being beheaded and being burnt alive, and people being burnt alive and just dying. And this is in Palestine, in case you guys didn't know. And man, it's disheartening to see that. Like, it's kind of sad how immune they've become to it. They're seeing people die and they're like holding a baby up. A man, I saw this, I'm sure you guys have seen it. If you haven't, he's holding a baby that has no head, or a child, and he's just holding it. Like, imagine if one of you guys did that here and you're living in a first world country. You could not even look at a dead cat, let alone a child. That man has become like almost numb to it. And that tells us a lot about how like difficult their situation is, how desperate they are in need for help. And this is where I find my own Muslims, and I love being Muslim, so don't take this the wrong way. This is where I find my own Muslims being the hypocritical to like another level. And here's why I say this. Muslims are in particular like posting, including myself or others, some post more, some post less. They're posting about the Palestine thing, they're posting about people dying. But you know what the unfortunate truth is? None of them are praying. And the ones I'm telling you about are the ones that I'm certain aren't praying about it. I'm sure there are people that do pray, for Palestine, but the ones that I've seen, these people that are post, they're literally drinking, smoking, doing everything wrong you could possibly think, and then they're like posting about Palestine, which still, good job. I'm happy you post for it. But your prayers go a long way too. If you can't give money, then do your prayers. If you can give money, give money. But don't just only do it for clout. And I've seen this with how hypocritical people can be. When there's a trend going on, people just do it just to do it. They post about Palestine, and I'm telling you, this is the unfortunate truth. People are sometimes posting to just get clout by saying, oh, my poor Muslims are dying, and they don't give a rat's ass about what's going on. They don't care. I'm telling you, this is the truth. This is the cold, hard truth of what the reality of some people's lives are. They don't care. If you really care so much, and this is where it irks me because I want to get in fights with people about this. You care so much about what's going on. Why don't you point fingers instead of the people that don't post about Palestine? Why don't you point fingers at the leaders of your country, Saudi, Afghanistan, Iran, Iraq, Lebanon, anywhere, anything that you could think that there's a Muslim leader? Why don't you point fingers at them? Why don't you tell them, hey, you got some power, do something about it. Fight against the United States. You want to say, you want to do jihad, you want to do the hardest thing in the world, you want to do something that'll get you to become a martyr, then go fight for them. I promise you this, if Saudi wanted to, they could 100% stop it. There will be 100% chance of them stopping it because they got the power, the money, the resources, everything. So when you stand here and you tell me, especially if you are a Muslim, and you're pointing fingers, for example, you say, oh, bros, you don't post. Oh, if you don't post about this, you are silent, then you are a part of this genocide or whatever. First of all, some people, you don't know what they're doing behind closed doors. They could be potentially giving millions, thousands, hundreds, whatever they have towards Palestine. They could also be praying. They could also be, doing volunteering work. You don't know what's going on. So just because they don't flaunt it like you do, you should not go judging other people. So the hypocrisy on that is like baffling to me, to see people judge others, but they don't want to go point fingers at people that can actually do something. You want to talk smack about someone? Go talk smack about the leaders that can make a difference, where they can stop the war if they really truly wanted to. Why don't you do that? but they don't want to. Why don't they want to? Because they know that, oh, they're super nationalistic. I've seen Pakistanis, I've seen Afghans, I've seen all sorts of races, ethnicities. I don't care where you're from, especially when you're Muslim. I've seen this. They're super nationalistic. But then when it comes to the factor of like blaming their own government and saying, hey, what are you doing? You got money, power, weapons, do something, threaten them, tell them to stop. None of them are standing. The only person that did was Iran recently, or I don't know, I think it was Iraq, and something happened between that whole thing, and then it stopped. They sent a couple missiles over to Israel, and then they stopped. I'm telling you, if they wanted to stop the war, they could stop it. These little protests that we're having, or we're fighting against, the police department of the United States or your city or your college campus, they make a difference, but the difference you want to make is not there. I'm telling you, it's not there. The difference you want to make is going to those leaders, going to those people that have a voice, that have power, that have every resource that they possibly, can use to make a difference, and they're not doing anything about it. So all these people that are putting all this energy, that are talking bad, that are being hypocrites, that are saying X, Y, and Z, why don't you put the energy into towards someone or towards something that can make a difference? Why don't you do that? Because you don't want to. Because if you do that, you most likely you'll get in trouble, or something will happen where you'll look bad, or whatever it may be. It'll backfire on you. So that's the problem. And I'm not saying everyone's like this. I'm not putting all eggs in one basket and saying they're the same. People are different. There's good and bad everywhere. But I'm saying in particular, the trend I've been seeing is there's hypocrites, so much so that I get fed up to the point where I'm like, I'm going to delete all my social media because I don't want to be a part of any of this stuff. Where I'm going to do what I've been doing, which is praying my tahajjud, waking up at 2 a.m. I'll pray for them. I'll be doing my dhikr, and I'll be asking God to forgive us and them and to help them. I'll be sending money over, that $1, $1 million, whatever I got, I'll send and help them out. I'll do that instead of wasting my time judging or hearing people judge me about random things they don't know jack shit about. It's just simple as that. Excuse my language, but just they don't know. So it's just so crazy. And my friend and I were talking about this last night, and I was just getting heated. I was writing notes down. I was like, I am going to go off tomorrow. Like, I cannot stay quiet, especially when there's so many people that are doing everything wrong, and then they like to judge other people. And don't tell me, oh, bros, you can't judge me because I drink, I smoke, I do this, but I still post about Muslims. I still do this. At least I'm trying. At least I get it. You're trying, but don't put a bad image of what Muslims aren't supposed to be out there. And this is something that I've seen with Muslims, so much so that sometimes I kind of stay away from them. It's, again, not Islam. Islam is beautiful. Islam came from God to us to help fix these problems. But the Muslims don't want to fix this problem. The people, because they like to mesh culture and their opinions in the religion, which you can't. Religion is set in stone. You can't fix and alter that to your liking. It's not a suit that you can tailor to what you want. Right? So when they do this, that's what makes me go, you know what? I'd rather just practice my religion, do my absolute best in every possible venue I can to help others, support the people that are dying across the seas, everything like that, and not even deal with any of you bullshitters. Because I know you guys are bullshitting, and then you like to talk shit about me or talk shit about other people, and you act like so high horse, high end, I'm this and that. Shut up, dude. Shut up. Like, you guys suck. You absolutely suck. So the hypocrites I've seen, and this isn't just for one category of people, whether that's Muslims or whether that's, for example, Afghans or whatever it may be. This is just something that's become a pandemic. It's a pandemic to the point where everyone's opinions are saturated, and then they like to talk bad about other people that they have no clue about what's going on, and they have no knowledge, no credit, nothing to talk about them. Absolutely nothing. And this is where I come to a point where I'm like, you know what? Like, I will fight people. Like, I'll get in physical altercations, or I'll get in philosophical debates. Let's just say that. Not even getting angry and getting mad, but just getting in philosophical debates. So I like seeing that and talking about that boils my blood. And obviously I'm a little bit distraught myself seeing little kids murdered and dying and people dying, and I don't care if they're Muslim or not. That has nothing to do with it. It's okay. That's one thing. Let's put that away. But humanity wise, like, there's none left in some people, and they're seeing people die, just innocent people. What are you telling me? A 5-year-old can hold an RPG and shoot it at you? Relax, bro. They can't do shit to you. They're a little kid. So seeing them die and not hearing people talk or about it, or just sharing the goodness that they can to bring awareness, or even, for example, doing something behind closed doors or whatever it may be, they can't do any of that. Like, they're just judging, and they're posting because they want some clout, and they want to, look cool, or they want to just make it seem like a trend they're a part of. And then the next story of theirs, they're drinking a fucking goddamn, whole ass bottle of whatever Hennessy, and because they're celebrating their wedding or their graduation or whatever it may be. And then you're talking shit. get the fuck out of here. Like, get out. Like, don't even talk to me. And I'm sorry again. I got so like, you know, verbal about this where I cussed. But I'm not the perfect Muslim. I make mistakes. And I'm telling you right now, yes, I can work on that. But at least I acknowledge it, you know? Like, it's something that I acknowledge. And that's the thing people lack, which is the thing of looking in the mirror and saying, hey, I have this problem. I need to fix it. And I'm telling you, this has nothing to do just with war. This has to do with society. There's people that you cannot even be Muslim. I've seen Christians. I've seen Jews. I've seen all these people make these same kind of mistakes, especially when it comes to, for example, relationships. These women in particular that I've seen, oh my God, like, and then they wonder why. There's a statistic that by 2050, like over 60 or 70%, if I'm not mistaken, of men are going to be marrying outside of the United States, and over 50% of women will be single. And they cannot, you know, say, well, we're gonna chalk this up to us being successful. No, it's because you're a piece of shit. That's why you're just not worthy of a person to take care of you or to be a part of your life. And this is a hypocritical thing that I've seen with women in particular. There's stuff with men too. I'm not saying there isn't, so don't come out my throat saying there isn't. But women in general that I've noticed, god damn, dude, like you see people, especially these girls, like I've seen just Muslims in particular. I'll talk about some of them. They'll act like the meher. Oh, it needs to be a girl says, oh, my meher needs to be $50,000 or you're not gonna marry me. Oh, this is just security. When my sister got married, or when I got married, or even if my next sister gets married, none of us asked for jack. Like my sisters didn't ask for it, and I didn't ask for anything on my end. Even though I know that meher is mostly for the woman, I asked for nothing, and my wife didn't ask for anything either, because there is nothing that we care about. We care about being together, right? But there's people that are nitpicking about the dumb stuff instead of becoming together or coming together as one. Whether that's, you know, Jew and Muslims coming together in the United States to stop the war in Palestine, or whatever, it's Christians and Muslims, or it's just people coming together. They don't want to do it. Nobody wants to be in unison. And then they love to point fingers at each other and be like, you suck, your religion sucks, your race sucks, your ethnicity sucks, you're the... Bro, everybody can just shove it, because at this point, no one gives a crap, and then they lie about it, and a majority of the people that I've seen, they don't really care. Like, what's the point that if you're gonna, you know, post about Palestine and all that, and you're gonna go hurt someone that lives nearby you here? I'm saying this because I've seen this with people that are hypocritical, with people that I do business with. Like, recently, someone reached out to me for an organization to do some work for them. For example, for videography work. And I kid you not, I was planning on getting it ready. I even said, like, hey, there will be no charge, nothing. I'll take care of it. I got it because it's for a certain cause that I wanted to do, help out. There is, like, they... I don't want to say it, but, like, it just makes me angry. At least be, like, nice about the fact that, oh, you know what? You're a good person and you want to help out. So we want to accept that, instead of going, you know what? I'm going to choose someone else. They're going to do my work, and then I'm going to post it, and I'm never going to get back to you. And then those are the people that like to go, oh, I'm a great Muslim. Oh, I like to do a lot of good stuff. Oh, I'm going to help people out. Oh, I want to do this. Bro, shut up. Shut up. And this is non-Muslims too that I've seen. People that literally were like, oh, yeah, let me get this done. Let me get that done. All right, you're good. You're set. I've signed you off. We're going to go ahead and get the contract done. All right, everything's done. I'll be filming this day. Later hits me up. Oh, yeah, you know, sorry, we're not going to be doing it. Oh, we decided not to do it. And then I go see them post somebody else using them as their videographer, photographer, whatever. It's like, you don't have to lie to me. If you don't like me, it's okay. There's many people out there. You might like their style of work more, or they might be cheaper, whatever. But don't be a hypocrite. Don't be a liar. Don't be one of those people that are conniving and deceiving. It's just sad, man. It's sad to see this. And I've seen this with women in particular in this generation. They act like they're not. They are. They're so shallow, and then they whine and cry about, well, why doesn't a guy want me? Why doesn't a guy love me? I am worth so much. Yeah, you got like 50 bodies. What is there to love about you? And then they get mad about that when you say that. Oh, a bodies doesn't count. How, you know, worthy I am. You, blah, blah, blah. You did something wrong too in your life. Only God can judge. Shut up. God told us you can judge by the book that he's given us guidelines on. My friend, he's given us guidelines, and this goes for any religion. There's guidelines to pass by. So when you don't, you're doing wrong. I'm not going to judge you, maybe to tell you that you're going to go to hell, but I'll judge you in the sense that I'll say, hey, I'm worth more than you. In my own eyes, I've kept myself, you know, chastised, and I've also kept myself good. So why would I even waste my time to even talk to you? And this is something these women in this generation cannot accept. They cannot accept the fact that they are, one, wrong, and two, they're hypocritical. And then when you call them out on it, they get angry. They say you're insecure. I've never seen this dumbass trend of people, especially women, go, oh, yeah, I like to dress loose and my shirt down here and my pants showing, my ass showing, everything. Oh yeah, but if my man doesn't let me or doesn't allow me, oh yeah, that's because he's insecure. I'm insecure about you showing your body. No, it's because that belongs to me just as I belong to you. I don't want other people to get, the benefits from looking at you going, damn, look at that body. Ooh, look at that rack she's got on. Ooh, wow, man, this, look at her face. And they get mad about that. And this is why I love Islam, because it teaches these things that are wrong. It tells you this is wrong. Cover your woman, and your man is your haya, and your man is your haya, meaning you're basically how they represent you. It's your mannerisms, it's everything. They represent you. So when people get mad about this and I call them out on it, I'm like, dude, that's because you're the problem. The shoe fits because you're the problem. You're dressing wrong, and then you're going, oh man, why am I getting objectified? Oh, why are the guys always looking at me, but I'm wearing leggings that are shorter than my skirt? Oh yeah, but I'm wearing pants that are shorter than my skirt. Oh yeah, it's cut through. Oh my god, you could see down to my belly button. But why are guys always judging me? Why are they always looking at me? Why are they objectifying me? I'm wearing it for myself. No, you're not. Because if you're wearing it for yourself, you'd wear it at home then. Go wear your bikini at home. Why are you wearing it outside? You're not going to do that, right? Because you want attention. So shut up and pack it and just dip. That's the problem I've seen with people. That's the problem I've seen with the generation. They're not only hypocrites, they like to point fingers and judge others, and then they do everything wrong, and then they get mad when you call them out on it, and they say, oh, like a traditional man now is basically someone that's anti humanity. They are anti life. They're anti this. They're anti that. They're anti X, Y. When you're just a traditional man with good values, I've seen that. They're calling you a homophobic person. This, that, bro. No, I'm not scared of homosexuals, and I don't fear them. Just because I don't wave their flag running around and going, yeah, there is lesbian Muslims out there and gay Muslims out there that I support. No, or there's gays and lesbian Christians or whatever race or religion they are. Yeah, I support them. I'm not going to do that. Why? Because it's against my religion. So why are you calling me someone that, or labeling me as someone that hates others? I don't hate them. I don't hate anybody, but I don't have time to, waste on something that's against my religion, and it's clear cut. And that's what I've seen with people. They like to interpret everything to their own liking, to their own opinion, with everything that they want, and then switch it up and go, yep, you're wrong. Which is crazy, because Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, has said, in the end times, the right becomes the wrong, and the wrong becomes the right. And that's what happens in society. And that's what's happening now. You see people that are literally cheating on their wives that I've met. I've seen people that cheat on their goddamn wives, and then they tell you about, don't tell me about what to drink or not to drink. Don't tell me about what not to do, what to do. But shut up, bro. You're telling me when I'm not doing anything wrong. And I kid you not, I met one guy that really, really just irked me right here. And I remember I told him, and he was all like, oh, man, I'm going to get mad about this. But this is where I knew, like, I have to change my situation and my awareness of who was around me at that moment. Something happened about, like, I came to a certain location. I'm trying to say discreet because I don't want to ever offend certain people that are within that group or whatever and that know me or whatnot. But I showed up somewhere dressed up, which usually I don't. I was normal dressed. And he just goes, oh, why are you dressed up? Do you have a date? You have gone somewhere? Granted, they knew I was married, by the way. I was like, no, I just dressed up because I wanted to dress up today. There's no reason I wanted to dress up, because I wanted to look good. I wanted to make an effect for the people that are going to come see me and talk to me and whatnot. And he's like, no, you dressing up, you going somewhere? And I was like, no, I'm not. The conversation I just cracked my fingers, that hurt. And the conversation just kind of went by. And then he goes, oh, okay, well, why you don't cheat? Like, you basically hinting like, oh, why don't you cheat? Like, and he said it, he gave an analogy that I wanted to punch him square in the face. He said something like, oh, so if you go to one masjid, you can't test out other masjids. Like, you don't have to just stick on one. And I don't know if he was joking or not, but that put me in a really, really uncomfortable situation where I was like, you're telling me, you compared my oath and trusted bond that I have with my wife that I don't want to cheat to something as masjids, which is mosques, in case you guys don't know where Muslims go pray, that, oh, if you try one mosque, you can't go try another one because you prayed one place, you can't pray another. You literally compare cheating to praying. This is the mind of the people now. And I looked at him and I was like, dude, I'm baffled that you still even, like, consider yourself a good human being. And that is, till this day, I get upset and I go, you know what? I don't understand how people like that They point fingers and they like to call you names or whatever, or act high on a high horse, and they think there's something, but they don't look at themselves. They don't see, what am I doing wrong? What is my problems? How can I fix myself? They don't want to do that. And I promise you, there's so many things we can fix with ourselves that if you just invested a little time of your day to go, what am I doing wrong? How can I make myself a better person, a better human being? Forget about just being in better faith, but a better human being. The world would be much, much, much better than what it is right now. And I hope in this episode you guys learn just one or two things. And I know that I'm sharing a lot and I get passionate about this. It's because I'm speaking from the heart to you guys. There's people that are doing wrong and they just need to be held accountable. Whether that's Israelis, whether that's the government Israel, or whether that's people even here in the United States. And there's communities of Afghans, Pakistani, Arabs, whatever it may be. People that are infestation to that community. They are a disease to those people. They bring shame to that ethnicity. In more in particular, they bring shame to that religion of Islam or Christianity or whatever it may be. And you think you're better? Man, I deserve to slap the living shit out of you. Anyways, I'm going to call it a day and I'm going to leave it as is. But thank you guys again so much for joining Before the Rise podcast. If you'd like to see more videos, you're more than welcome to through my YouTube channel. And then on Spotify at Before the Rise podcast. I have so many more episodes that I posted that you are more than welcome to listen to. As time goes on, I'm going to be posting more and more, obviously. And there's a lot of the things I want to talk to you guys about that I think that many people are scared to talk about, or they truly just don't want to talk about. They're fearful of the fact that they may get judged. And you know what? I don't care. I'll talk about the truth. And that's what matters to me. And I'll also talk about what is traditional and good values that we should have, rather than wasting our time believing that, you know, if you shake your body and you do the wrong things that society tells you, then you're the best human being on earth. But I wish you guys the best. I hope and I pray that the people around the world also have a lot more, mercy from God, and they are given the mercy of God, and hopefully this whole genocide thing stops. Keep me in your prayers. I will keep you guys all in my prayers, whether you're watching or sharing, whatever. But if anything, please go ahead and follow me on Instagram at Brozy. I'm going to put that right over here. And then on top of that, I will have my Spotify and my YouTube link again on the bottom for you to subscribe or to go ahead and listen to me just directly on Spotify. Other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, week, and I will hopefully see you guys next week, and we will talk about some cool stuff that I have coming up for you guys. Other than that, take care and bye-bye.